Okay, hi, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Erin.
Welcome back to the Greater Joy podcast.
Okay, I was gonna do the intro, but then I got too scared.
Why'd you get scared?
I couldn't talk.
We are like, something is not fully functioning in our brains today.
I think it's my fault.
Erin is laughing at everything, so I hope this is like gonna be a killer episode.
I'm either gonna continue to be insane and laugh at everything, or I'm gonna completely crash.
No, you can't crash for the next 30 minutes.
Okay, I won't. Earlier you were staring at me and it was really scary, and I felt like I was about what I was trying to say, and I couldn't because I was laughing and choking. But what I was going to say is, POV, you're a dog. But I didn't know if I was the dog or you were the dog in that situation.
Well, sometimes dogs stare at you. I saw this video, and I'm quoting it, but I do relate to it, where this guy was, like, talking about his dog, and he's like, I never know what my dog wants or what my dog needs from me. And then somebody just said, probably just direct eye contact 24/7. Because it's like, that's what they do. They just...
That's funny.
They just look at you.
You know how sometimes dogs look at you while they poop?
Yeah,
and also while you poop.
It's because they're protecting you. Like, they need you to protect them.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, what would a dog think that they're doing? One time...
Because it's, like, vulnerable to poop, and so they're like, please don't let nothing get me while I'm taking a poo.
Yeah. I would protect my dog. No, I wouldn't. One time when
Maddie
I was
don't
a
need
little
you.
kid,
She got it on her own.
She does not have anything. She's never had anything ever. She has never had the capability. She's such a coward.
Really? She seems so girthy that she would kill things.
She's girthy, but she is not girthy in the mind, in, like, confidence.
She's just a little skittish.
She just is so excited. Okay, example. The rooster.
Wait. For those who don't know, Maddie's
my dog.
Erin has a 150-pound lab dog.
Lab dog
That is... I don't know.
We've talked about her.
We've talked a lot about Maddie.
She's
a
recurring character on this show.
We need to have her on the podcast one day.
We need to have her on the podcast.
This is my impression of Maddie on the podcast.
That computer would be destroyed.
That's how she sounds.
She has the most deviated septum in the world, and she sounds like a hog.
And she comes at you with snot. The snottiest tennis ball I've ever seen in my life. And she like...
It's not even that snotty.
No. It's soaking wet.
No, it could be worse.
With my experience, it was soaking wet.
It could be worse.
And then she slobs all over you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you were gonna tell us a story. I'm sorry.
Oh, when I was a little kid, we had a dog that was also a lab, and her name was Mickey. And at one point in time, there was a mockingbird that had a nest in our yard. And if you know things about mockingbirds, is that they're very protective of their nest, and they will dive bomb you if you go near their nest. And so she would be pooping, and this mockingbird would dive bomb her, and she would try to get away, but she was mid poop, so she couldn't.
Did she not learn, like, don't poop by the mockingbird?
I don't know. This is mostly, I'm not, like, actually remembering this with my own brain. I'm remembering a story.
It's stories. That's so funny. I just want to witness that.
I'm gonna take my hair out because it's annoying me in a bun, and ignore it if it's greasy. PSA.
Okay.
I haven't showered today.
I'm
very sweaty.
Don't look at Erin's hair.
Do not look at my hair. If it's greasy, you're greasy. End of story.
I showered at 4 o'clock today.
Well, I got home from work and I took a nap on the floor instead of showering.
I think that's great.
And now I'm here.
Wait, why on the floor? Because you didn't want to get in your bed dirty?
Yeah, I didn't want to get my bed dirty, and then
you have a great couch for napping.
Well, I was in my room, and I didn't feel like moving. And then I also have that bean bag that would have been suitable for a nap, and I sat down on it, and I kind of slid off of it, and I didn't slide back on.
Did you use it as a pillow?
Kind of.
You're just next. You had the energy of the bean bag next to you.
Yeah, it comforted me.
Okay.
But I was on the ground.
You started your internship.
Yes!
Erin is a working woman.
Yes. We're not going to get 2 and 2 because then we'll be here all day.
Yeah, we could be here all day. But she is a working woman now.
I'm a working woman. You're
liking it?
Okay, one thing that I do have to say about it is that we got uniforms and such, like all the other interns, we all got our uniforms and such the other day. But the shirts for the girls had not come in. And so you know what they gave me? 11 identical pairs of jeans.
To make your own shirt? They think
Well, they gave everyone 11 shirts and 11 pants.
why would you ever need that many?
My shoulder is so sore from carrying 11 pairs of identical jeans.
Are they like
just around.
nasty uniform clothes? Like
They're the most uncomfortable
like
jeans.
you wouldn't ever be able to wear them outside of work.
I would never. They're so low waisted. They're so tight in
They're for men.
regions.
They're built for men.
No, these ones are okay. Here's the difference between my last internship.
Did a man design them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In the actual design process, there was not a woman involved.
Not a woman
I can
there.
promise you that. But they are this much more comfortable than my jeans that I got from my last internship.
Well, that's good.
And last time I only got like 3 jeans. What do you want me to do with 11 identical pairs of jeans? That's too many.
You don't have to do laundry all summer.
That's too many jeans.
That's too many jeans. Like 5 max. You're going there 5 days a week.
Yeah.
One
I'm
outfit
not
a day.
complaining. I'm just 11 pairs of jeans is just such a funny number.
Yeah.
And now I have a massive pile of jeans on my floor.
Yeah, jeans. Are they like
Where do
yours
we-
to keep forever? We have to return.
Yes.
Like, yeah. What are you
They're
going to
mine
do
to
after
keep
this
forever.
internship?
And at some point in time, I'm gonna get 11 shirts,
At some point in time,
identical.
a
But they'll have my
Goodwill
name.
near us is going to be
And they're
thriving.
nice. They're like fire resistant doesn't actually mean fire resistant, but they're like FR jeans.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're worker people.
So they're nice.
Clothes.
Yeah. Oh, when I got boots, they brought a big truck they brought a truck
It's so
with
nice
a
that
trailer.
they're supplying you. Like, you don't have to
They're
get all this on your own.
pampering
That's so
us.
nice.
They're pampering us. So they brought this truck, and this truck comes all the time. Apparently, they give their workers new boots every year. This truck is filled with boots, and we just got to pick them out. So I got new boots, and they're great.
11 boots.
Just one. Just the one.
I feel like I feel like out of anything, the boots are what like would probably get worn down the quickest, and
Yeah.
you would need at least 2 pairs. But it sounds like if you needed another pair, they would help you out.
Yeah, they would. But they're like the biggest, chunkiest boots of all time.
They're not like, oh, I could
They're
make
clunky.
these work on a hike one day.
No, the ones that I got look like hiking boots.
Oh, I love
is
that
fun.
vibe.
Yeah. But they're fun. I like them. New boots are fun.
New boot girl.
New boot girl.
Boot scooting boogie.
Boot scooting boogie. I got a hard hat. I look so goofy in hard hats.
Why?
Makes my head look funky.
You gotta do the girls when they go skiing and stuff, they always pull those like
Oh, I
pieces
do.
in the front.
I do. Still goofy.
It's just not
It's just something about
Bob
the forehead.
the builder.
Can he
Build it. Yes, he can.
It just makes me look like I have an extra head. Like it looks like there's enough space under there for maybe like a little Ratatouille situation to be going on.
Well, then you just have to believe you have a rat up there
Okay, that'd be fun.
operating you at your internship.
Yeah.
That's
But
so
it's fun.
I'm so glad you're loving it.
Yeah.
So
it's been
good. I'm trying to think what else I did this week.
Okay.
I don't think I did a single thing this week. I'm trying to think. Sunday. Nada.
Good.
Monday. I'm gonna skip Monday.
Did I come here on Sunday? I don't know.
Yes, you did.
Oh.
We were here.
That was a good guess on my part.
I've seen you a lot, like more this week than usual.
Yeah. It's because it's summertime, baby.
Summertime, baby. Then Monday, I don't think I really did much of anything. I was gone last week for work, so Monday I kind of like caught up, did laundry, that kind of stuff, boring, good old stuff.
Mhm.
Then I just, was working Tuesday and then Wednesday. And then Thursday we went to dinner with some of our friends.
Yeah.
Today's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow I have a wedding. Not mine.
Who's wedding?
Mitchell's boss.
Fun.
Fun. And then I'm about fun.
Woohoo.
Woohoo.
What were you saying?
I was saying I'm about to go home for the next week, and that's all I got.
Good. That's fun. I'm excited. I love going home. I'm gonna go home next weekend.
I know. You're gonna go get your
Yeah.
sister.
My sister.
We should.
Do what you want to.
She has no choice.
Oh yeah, she has no choice. I'm her ride.
You're her guardian.
Yeah.
You're her boss.
I am her boss. She is my intern.
You're her mama for the week. The mama.
You're the mama for the week.
The mama for the week.
Mama. The mama.
The papa. If you haven't seen Phil on the Roof, go watch it.
I haven't.
Well, go watch it.
Okay.
I would say watch it tonight, but it's 3 hours long.
Okay, but do you want to watch it tonight?
If you are asking me for real, yes.
It would be so I brought yarn.
Okay, then let's watch. I'm not kidding, yeah.
I'm not kidding either, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're doing away plans.
Okay, we've talked about nothing. Nothing.
What have we talked about?
Nothing.
What have we talked about?
How long have we been going? I have no idea. Nothing. Oh, I did know what I wanted to talk about. I showed you this already.
What is it? What is it?
Okay, everybody close your eyes. Imagine John Cena.
Okay, I really briefly forgot what John Cena looked like, but I'm doing it
You
now.
got him in your head?
Yeah, I got him in
now
my head.
Picture
He's right here.
Hannah Montana's brother.
No, you showed me this.
Picture her brother.
No, you showed me this.
Now imagine that
You
they're
showed me
the
this.
same age.
They're the same age. They're the same age, and he was like in his 30s when Hannah Montana was filmed. Is that true? Maybe
yes,
I lied.
They were both born in 1990. No, yes, he was in his 30s. They were both born in 1977.
77?
1977.
I'm yelling today. I've been yelling for the past several days straight.
You cannot convince me that John Cena and what's his name? Let me look.
Brother from Hannah
Jason
Montana.
Earls.
Never heard that name in my life.
That's his name.
Hey, you know who he reminds me
Jason
of?
Earl.
Jason Earl.
They're the same age. No way.
He reminds me.
What's Jason Earl up to these days?
In the face of the guy who played Shaggy in the live action Scooby-Doo.
Yes, a little bit.
They could.
They're
be
probably the same age.
If you told me that they're the same person, I would believe you.
They're not.
Oh, okay.
Because Jason Earl's little. Remember, he's like really short. And
he is short. Well, maybe
little guy.
Maybe Shaggy stands on stilts to play Shaggy.
They were also born in the same month.
Ew.
Jason Earl was born in April.
Are they twins?
They could be. Jason Earl was born April 26, 1977, and John Cena was born April 23rd, 1977.
Let's find out what Jason Earl is up to, and also
they
let's
were born
find out
3 days apart. Jason Earl, what's he up to?
They could be twins. It could be like a really long labor or something, you know. And also, has he been in anything besides Hannah Montana?
He was in that Kickin' It.
Okay, I didn't watch that.
Did you ever watch that? No.
No.
Okay, he was in Kickin' It.
Okay.
He at least played an adult in that, and that was like a
okay, well, good for him.
like about a high school kids, and they did
that was
karate.
A big moment in his career playing an adult.
Yes, he was in Hannah Montana the movie Kickin' It. Dad Napped.
Okay, that's not real.
I don't know what that is. He was in a lot of Disney, so he was in like Space Buds. He apparently voiced one of the.
I was talking about that the other day.
Dogs. I didn't know that.
Hey, which one? Which one? I watched 5 minutes of Snow Buddies the other day.
Okay. There was apparently a That's So
Fun.
Sweet Life of Hannah Montana. He was in that.
Yes. Okay, I was aware of that.
Disney Channel Games. That was a series he was in. Wizards on Deck with Hannah Montana. Disney is just trying to get any show they can put together.
Yeah.
They are making them go together. Mm-hmm. He was in that.
I don't blame him for it.
The most recent thing he was in might be one of the Air Buds, which was like 2015.
Oh, he's so old. Get away from these.
High School Musical, the musical. Okay, he was in that. I don't know what he played in that.
That doesn't.
That was
exist to me.
2023.
I reject that. It might be good. I've actually heard that it's good. Maybe I don't have beef with it.
It's not good.
My beef is over. No. I've decided to embrace it.
Who told you it's good?
Real people.
He was a Disney guy.
Okay.
Like that's really like.
Has he done literally anything outside of that?
I think National Treasure is a Disney movie. Like is made by Disney.
Yeah.
Like literally, I don't think anything he's done has been like outside of the realm of being made in
That's
Disney.
weird.
The Shield. This looks kind of serious. Okay, he was in something called The Shield. That does not look like it's connected to Disney.
Okay, good for him.
But literally,
Literally
everything else, he was Disney. But I don't think he's really up. What's Jason Earl up to these days?
What's he up to? My eyebrows twitching.
He's 27. He's 27. He's 47.
Ew.
I found his Instagram.
Oh, let's have. Oh wait, can I guess? I think he posts
You know what he looks like?
ugly.
No, he looks
That was
like
mean. I'm sorry.
if
I apologize.
Hawkeye never became Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Like, look at that picture of him.
Which one is him?
The one on the right. The one on the left is cool looking.
Okay,
That's
I
from
couldn't tell.
2022. His most recent photo was from 2023, and he's saying happy birthday to some girl.
Okay.
But
I will say that's not the vibe I expected from his Instagram. He does look like Hawkeye. Oh, this is his whole life.
He's still stuck on Hannah Montana.
Oh no.
Which Hannah Montana was like a lot, like went on for a lot longer than I thought it really did. Like as a kid, I don't remember it being that many seasons, but it was. She grew up on that show.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Our Hannah Montana the movie is very good.
For the young audience listening to us, watch Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana's good. The Climb?
The Climb.
Yeah.
Do you know what I specifically remember about the Hannah Montana movie?
What?
That's what we watched on the way to church camp when we met, the church camp we met at.
Really? Zero memory.
They played
of
the
that
Hannah
fact.
Montana movie.
You know what I do
remember?
remember?
We watched it like multiple times.
I remember Freaky Friday and I remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
On that bus?
And those might have been on the way back. I believe those were on the way back.
I know that on the way there, it was like during the day most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like we left like in the morning. On the way back though, I'm pretty sure most of the drive was in the dark. Because I remember sleeping a lot on the way back.
I also remember Cool Runnings.
We played what? Was it Mafia? The card game?
Yes, that was on the way back. Because I remember we were in the mountains.
I think we played it both.
Like, this is likely. Were we friends on the way there? Or just on the way back?
I think I went with one of my closest friends at the time. So like on the way there, me and her sat together, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think I had like maybe been like introduced, like we were like, this is Erin. And I was like, hi Erin, I'm Jordin. But I think like.
I was certainly aware that you existed.
But then I remember like once we got there, we were in a cabin with girls that we didn't know at all. And, we were in this cabin with these girls we didn't know at all. We were the only two Glen Rose girls from our grade who went. So they put us with another campus. And I wish they would have just, like, put us with y'all's grade, you know, rather than putting us with a different campus.
Well,
but
you did that yourself.
Well, our small group was still with all these girls and a leader I didn't know.
Oh.
Like, you were with Misty. I wish that they would have put us with Misty.
Yeah, that would have made more sense.
Yeah. But they didn't. And so then when we realized we're in this room with people we don't know, and there's, like, 20 beds in a room, we're evacuating right now. Mm-hmm. And that's when I said, can we go stay somewhere else? And then I came to y'all's room and I said, I'm staying here.
Yeah.
And it was me and my friend. And I think, like, at the time, like, the friend that I had with me, like, I think she kind of knew Jenna and she kind of knew Ashlyn, but I don't think we all became, like we all became close that trip.
Yes.
In that camp.
And very good friends for that summer. And I have not spoken to her since.
No, yes. And then even, like, with us, we became friends that summer, and then it was just the rest is history. Now we have a podcast.
We did talk after that one summer.
We did.
Good for us.
I think we owe our friendship to Jenna.
Yeah, I owe most of my friendship to Jenna, if we're being honest.
She was the connecting factor.
Yeah.
To a lot of people. But I just remember, like, it was in Colorado, so, like, we weren't, like, disgustingly nasty that entire church camp. So I remember, like, I wore, like, jeans to dinner and, like, evening service.
Oh, yeah, that's
and, like,
cray-cray.
we would kind of, like, not, like, get dressed up, but, like, we would do our hair, like.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine doing that at church camp in Texas.
Not in a million years. It is pure gross.
Yeah.
Pure gross.
But it's fun. You subscribe to being gross for 3 days and then you're good.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'd be sleeping on that bear mattress sometimes. Not all the time. That's rare.
Remember when we got freaked out because of the bears? We were like, oh gosh, there's a bear that's going to come in our room.
I was so not worried about the bears.
I slept with Ashlyn.
I know that you were worried about the bears.
I didn't want them to come in.
You are a bear warrior.
I didn't have bear spray.
Okay, neither did I.
Except we were all vulnerable.
I think it's because I, like, idolized Casey Anderson growing up. That's why you're afraid of bears, because you don't know who Casey Anderson is. I won't explain.
Okay.
Anyway,
next topic.
Let's brainstorm a topic.
Okay, I saw this video of these friends, and I want to adopt this. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Hannah Montana.
Oh, wait. Put a pin in this. I have something to say later. Keep going.
Okay. It was this video of these friends. So there's a trend on like Instagram, at least. I'm sure it's on TikTok. I'm sure it was on TikTok 6 months ago, and I'm just now seeing it on Instagram. Where you like you open your notes and you like type out like quotes that you say, and then you ask each other like questions to make them say that quote, to make like it's like a friendship or like a relationship test. So it'd be like, what do we always say when we're going to bed? And like you type out like if you have something you always say, like how you say goodnight or whatever to like your spouse or whatever, you like type it out and they hold it right here and you say, what do you say every time you go to bed? And then they say
Like
it.
heads up.
Yeah, kind of like that, but it's like more just like to see like, okay, do we really know how well do we know each other?
This sounds hard because like
I can't think of quotes I say all the time, but
I could not think of things that I say, and I think I don't pay enough attention to think of what other
Me neither.
people say.
But this one that I want to adopt into my life was a friend. They're like, what do we always say when there's an awkward conversation that we're trying to like, or like time to change what we're talking about? And she goes, oh, we do the Hannah Montana transition, and they go, whoa, 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 and they do that in real life.
That's
and like when we
hilarious.
said next topic, it made me think of whoa, whoa, whoa.
We need transitions on this show, but it's not real transitions.
It's just us.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's funny. And then like the glitter happens on screen, but it's just okay, so what I was gonna say is that first of all, I've made new friends with the interns at my job.
Oh, good. You like them all?
Yes.
Are they all about your age and stuff?
Yes.
Good.
Fun.
How many girls are there with you?
4. Well, including me.
Right, that's so many.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's so many.
Go women.
Yes.
Go women in engineering.
There's other women who work there, like at the place.
That's so awesome.
Crazy. So exciting. Anyway.
Because your last internship was like you were the
0.
only girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cray.
It makes me think of like when the people sent that woman to space for like 7 days. They sent her with like 100 tampons.
Yes. They sent her with like there was like over 100 tampons or something.
For 7 days.
For 7 days.
Yeah. It's like
Oh my
every time you
gosh.
talk, like last year, every time you would talk about your internship, that's all I could think about.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, you were gonna
Accurate.
put a pin in something.
Oh, okay. So there's this one girl, and when she talks about hanging out with people, she always says play. Like, oh, we were just playing. Or, oh,
As a grown up?
yes, I love it. Like, she'll be like, hey, do you want to come over? We can play.
What do they play?
I don't know.
That's kind of scary. What do they
Just
play?
But it's funny, and I like it, and I'm going to adopt it.
Hey, you wanna come play?
Yeah, like, do you want to come to my house? We can play.
I'll ask my mom if we can play.
Yeah. It's so
hey,
funny.
hey, I'm gonna ask my mom if we can hang out and play tonight.
Oh my gosh, this girl I did have the most intense like small world experience with. I'll have to elaborate. whoa. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Okay, so basically we, had the whole like icebreaker, introduce ourselves, whatever. And she goes to school. I'm gonna just tell all her business.
I just realized how you're sitting. You're fully in slumber mode.
Yeah.
Whoa.
She goes to school in South Carolina and she's from Georgia. And so
She goes to school in South Carolina and she's here?
Yeah, these people are from literally all over. As Craig.
You're so lucky it's so close to you.
Yes. Big time lucky.
Okay, anyway.
It works out so good for me.
Whoa.
We're just so not in sync.
We're progressively getting further and further from the Hannah Montana transition.
Wait, do you want to know a secret? I do not remember what they had.
Whoa. Okay, anyway, so she goes to school in South Carolina.
Okay, yes. And then, so
Or she's from South Carolina?
no, she goes to school in South Carolina. She's from Georgia.
Okay.
And as a youth, my cousin moved to Georgia. And
It's your cousin.
Yes. And so I was like, hey, shot in the dark, but do you know this person? And she looked at me. She was like, oh, what? And she was like, how do you know her? And I was like, she's my cousin. And she goes, I know who you are.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
She's heard stories.
Yes.
Oh, cousin stories are scary. Cousins
Yeah.
know too much.
Girl, I was a weird little kid. Anything could have been said.
Yeah, what did she know about you?
Yeah. Anyway, but she's cool.
That's so fun.
And there's 3 other interns that go to A&M, and I could not find any connecting, like, mutual friend.
That's crazy. Like, there's 3 other interns that you know who live within 30
One
minutes
of them I
to
have
you.
had a class with.
And, like, there's not a single connection.
Not a
That's
single
crazy.
connection.
That's even crazier because, like, so I met my husband online, and he goes to A&M, and when we met, so many of, like, I talked to Trin and Ethan, and I talked to Jenna, and I think maybe you, and so many of y'all, like, knew, like, 4 or 5 different connections that were connected to him.
It's just that...
So it's crazy to think that, like,
we didn't have any direct connections. We had secondhand connections.
Okay. Because I'm like, that's crazy to think you were in class with these people.
Yeah.
Like, and I know A&M's, like, huge. Like, there are tons of people that you don't know.
But
somehow there's always a connection.
Hey, you know the thing that's, like, you're, like, 6 degrees of separation from every person in the world? At A&M, it's, like, 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was 2 degrees of separation away from these people, but, like, not 1.
Because I feel like a lot of times at, like, A&M, like, feels, which I don't go to school there, so I could be wrong, but to me, at least looking in, it can feel smaller because the people, like, it's almost like, okay, you have the BSM people, you have this group of people, you have this, but within those groups, it's still like a whole nother college size within. Like, the BSM group is the size of Tarleton or some, you know, whatever it is.
Yes.
But then it just feels like, okay, that's like your group, because there's a whole nother side of A&M that, like, you don't even know anything about, but to me, like, they don't feel like they go to school with you.
Exactly.
That they go to a different school.
Like, as a student, as, like, a typical student, you're part of, like, 2 or 3 or so different just kind of circles.
Yeah.
Like, whether it's, like, your major or, like, an org you're in or
so,
just,
like, you see
the
the
like,
same
Christian
people
bubble.
at different events.
Yeah, and there's many, many different, like, friend groups and, like, I don't say like cliques because that's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Just groups
like your
within
groups.
that big group.
Yeah.
But then you're aware of the majority of the other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
at
what
least
makes
somebody
it feel
within
small.
your group knows people within that group.
Yes.
And that's how it makes it feel so much smaller than it is.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Because I feel like...
But, like, people that I go to school with and, like, BSM people, those are
different people.
2 different planets.
But you help to connect because you're, like, the middle ground for some people,
I'm the
probably.
bridge.
And there might be other bridges like that,
There's
too.
one girl who's in mechatronics who's in the BSM.
Oh, and
Yeah.
besties.
Yeah, besties.
Besties.
I've never had a class with her.
She younger than you?
No, she's like a semester behind me.
Oh,
I think,
that's
or maybe
probably
a
why.
year. Anyway, I'm sorry. Keep going.
No, I was just saying, like, that, like, before I came to A&M, in my head, A&M was so big that, like, you knew your one little circle and that was it. But, like, it feels so much smaller than it really is. Like, it feels so much more personal, I guess, than you think looking into it, because it is a huge school. But once you get involved in stuff, there are, like, your connections and all of that.
Honestly, this would be good to hear as, like, an incoming freshman.
Hey.
Hey.
A&M, hit us up.
Hit us up.
We'll be...
Record this clip of me sitting like this. I won't move. I don't intend on moving. Unless I do. Maybe I'll surprise us all. What? You made a weird face.
I said, okay.
Woohoo.
Oh, gosh, that's really funny.
That's so funny. Should I get a new watch?
God, I want a new watch. Let me tell you about my watch.
Tell me about your watch.
It's white.
Okay.
And I went and ate crawfish. I went and had crawfish.
Hey, can I tell you a secret? I've never had crawfish.
But you don't like shrimp.
I don't like shrimp.
And what's kind of, like, I had never had, like, real, like, on your own crawfish. Like, I had like, the meat by itself before, but I never, like, got my own, dug it out of there.
Went to a crawfish boil.
Right. So we went to this restaurant here in town that they do, like, crawfish boil. So we got, like, a combo that had crab legs, crawfish, shrimp, and then it had, like, sausage in there, whatever. And it, like, I've had, like, crawfish laying completely horizontally. I've had, like, the tails, but this was, like, the full-on bug of the river. And you...
That was funny.
That's what, aren't they in the river?
Yes.
It's the bug of the river, because the shrimp's
full on bug of the river.
We just be eating bugs from water. Shrimp, bug of the ocean.
We eat so many bugs. Corn is like a bug of the crop.
What? Corn is the bug of the crop? I think crop bugs are just bugs.
That didn't make any sense.
No, corn is not the...
Sorry.
Corn is... Erin, 2024. Corn is the bug of the crop.
Yes, and that's also something the incoming freshmen need to hear.
This story started because I was going to tell you about my watch.
I'm so scared you talking.
Anyway, basically I ate crawfish and my watch on the inside... There's a bug on the door.
Oh my god.
It just crawled outside.
Oh my gosh.
Did you see it?
No.
It just crawled through the door frame
peephole
outside.
of your door, and I thought that was the bug.
It just crawled through the door frame outside. We just sprayed for bugs the other day.
Ugh.
Anyway, the entire inside
Bugs
of my
the bug at
white
the door.
watch is stained yellow because I didn't take it off. And the juices!
Oh, I'm so sorry. Could you get it off? Obviously not, because
I
we're having this
scrubbed.
conversation.
Which I do have like a second watch. It's like a cream color. It's like tan. But I'm like, it's summer. I don't want like a... That's my winter watch.
Yeah.
So I want a fun watch.
Well, I think this is my summer watch, but I've only ever had this watch.
It's still also not set to the right time. It's an hour behind.
I never changed.
Does your
the
watch
time.
say that it's 8:07?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
It's actually 9:07.
Whoa.
Are you like ever mentally aware of that, or you just have to look at it and think it's 8:07?
No, I'm pretty aware that this
Oh,
watch
that's
is
good.
wrong. Which is nice.
Your car's also wrong. I noticed
My
that the other day.
car's also
Is there
wrong.
a single clock that you have to change on your own that's correct?
My alarm clock is correct. I changed that to be correct.
You need to do that.
Yeah, that's important.
That's
life or
crucial.
death. That truly is life or death.
Because your phone does it on its own.
Yes,
Your laptop does
everything
it on its
else
own.
does it. I think that's the only thing I've manually
Is your stove?
changed.
I'm sure your roommate changed. Bella probably changed the stove.
That thing does not tell the time.
Your
girl.
Oh,
that
that's
stove
right.
does
You
not
have a
tell the time.
1950s stove. I forgot. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Stoves did not learn how to tell time yet.
Mine does.
Mine's older than yours.
I know it's 1950s.
My stove could beat up your stove.
No, it could.
Yeah,
Your
it could.
stove knows how to throw down some dank cream corn and like some dank home cooking.
Wait, I thought we were talking about washing machines first. I was imagining my washing machine. That was really funny.
So when I
imagining that
cream corn,
yeah, I was really
can you
concerned.
okay? Just get.
I was
I
really
just have the
concerned.
visual of a washing machine full to the brim with cream corn.
Okay, well, I
And
just
it's just like it's just on this. It's just
That's awful.
Imagine,
I
because I wash my clothes on cold too. So imagine like it's cold water going into the cream corn. The corn's only creamy because the detergent's in there.
Oh no! Do you think it would be possible to turn a washing machine into like a sort of oven?
Oh, for sure.
Double
I'm
broiler.
sure there's some backyard guy who's smoking some meat out of a washing machine.
Oh yeah, there's someone cooking up like some moonshine in a washing machine.
Yes.
Let's be so real.
There's totally people are doing things with washing machines.
That's one thing we know for a fact.
One thing I can almost guarantee is that I can guarantee it is somebody's doing something with the washing machine
Yes.
somewhere.
Somewhere, sometimes, someone is cooking a Thanksgiving turkey in a washing
They're
machine.
doing something
and that's a promise.
other than washing. There's probably at least on this. If you think about the entire world, there's at least one washing machine full of cream corn somewhere.
Yes, there is.
There's gotta be.
There is.
You can't tell me there's not.
I know there is in my heart.
You know there. I thought you were gonna say I know there's because it's mine.
I wanted to. I thought maybe if I said it, it'd
What
be
do
true.
you cook like in water that like you like because you like if you're like not making corn on
Poached
the grill,
egg.
you're like okay. I was thinking more like corn. I'm still stuck on the corn in the washing machine.
Poached egg.
But there are things.
But the washing machine spins it so you can make a really good poached egg.
Right. Well, that's
You
what I
can
was
make
trying to think
so
because you
many
could put.
poached eggs.
The only thing soapy about it is that you add soap, so just don't
Yeah.
add soap to the washing
just
machine.
water.
Just crack an egg in there, put water in it,
It'll be perfect.
and it'll make a poached egg.
What else do you boil?
You
Noodles?
boil like corn, you boil noodles, you boil
Imagine trying to get
potatoes.
noodles. Yes.
That would be a good
Like
one.
excellent boiled potatoes. You haven't seen that movie.
What's the movie?
Ugh. Anyway.
What's the movie?
What's the movie? Pride and Prejudice.
I have no comment.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa! Wow! Yo!
Oh, here's what I was gonna say.
That's gonna be ours. Wow!
She's trying to get noodles out of a washing machine. Imagine it.
I have to imagine it. You're not letting me imagine it.
Imagine it. Close your eyes and imagine the sound it would make. That was really good.
No, what I also focus on because we have a stack, like our dryer stacked on our washing machine.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's really hard for like to get in the washing machine and get everything out because the angle. Like I have to like.
Is your washing machine on the top or on
It's
the
on the
bottom?
bottom.
Oh, okay.
So I have like a top load washing machine and it's on the bottom. Like my washing machine opens up.
How?
I'll show you after.
How?
There's like a little
the physics. How does
divot.
it work?
I'll show you. There's like a divot. I don't know how it works, but
A divot
I'll
in your dryer?
Yeah.
What?
So there's like my washing machine. Okay, imagine a normal washer and dryer. Okay?
Yeah.
Now imagine them skinnier, not smaller.
Yeah.
Then there's a triangle-shaped platform that holds the dryer up. So I can get into the washing machine. My door only opens to like a 45-degree angle.
But the angle's cut into the dryer?
No, it's like on its own platform. The dryer's still flat. The dryer's still completely square and flat.
No. So the bottom of the dryer is at a 45-degree angle.
Yes, but that's not at the dryer itself is normal still. It's just like
that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard
structure
of.
around it.
Okay.
It's the heaviest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. We had to carry it up the stairs. Mitchell like cut his whole arm open.
Oh no, was he okay?
He's fine. It was like 12 months ago.
Oh, I thought maybe he had
Quit
a
being
prosthetic.
Stop crying!
Hey, do you want to know what the heavy? No, we can't get into that.
Aaron, why are you're just slowly morphing further into the chair and onto the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. What time is it? I think we should probably start to wrap up.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about
Wait, yeah. Okay, let's talk about Jesus.
Yes.
Okay.
I love
This
Jesus.
is like, now that we've started talking, the topic feels like kind of out there. Sometimes I feel like our topics kind of go in together with what we talk about, but this one does not at all.
Okay, I'll make it relate.
Okay,
I'll
so
make it relate
it's
to
also
corn.
really hard for me to settle my brain and like get serious for a second.
Okay, we'll do it crazy.
Okay, anyway. So what I've discovered about myself recently is that I'm really bad at resting.
Yeah.
And I think most people are. I think
I am too.
specifically, like, just being a woman, I can't speak for men. I'm sure men are not the best at it either, but I feel like I'm guessing it probably is easier for them. Like, as a woman, it's just my brain doesn't settle very easily. I feel like my brain's constantly thinking about what I need to do. Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe it's just a list of all the things I need to do. Maybe it's just, like, whatever. My brain's just
Martha mode.
Do what?
Martha mode.
Yes. My brain. Yes. And I have a really hard time resting. And so I was just reading Matthew 11:28-30. And it's very popular. I'm sure you've heard it. It's just, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take up my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And something that I just really like and love about the Lord and our God is that we serve a God who loves to offer us rest in Him, and He wants us to rest in Him. And I feel like I'm not good at that. Like, sometimes I feel like even when I go into like my quiet time, I go into it with, okay, let me write down my prayer, let me read this, let me have my music playing, let me do this. Okay, I read this, let me write down what I think about it. Okay, good, we're good. Check, blah, blah, blah. And there is value in having time like that where you're studying the word, like, but there's also so much value in just like sitting with God and sitting in silence with Him. And a quote that I read, I didn't read it. I don't know why I said that. I heard it on the radio. Was this lady said...
You read it with your ears.
I read it with my ears. She said, repetition brings intimacy. And she was just talking... Like, she was relating it to, like, in terms of, like, being with Jesus is going to make you closer to Jesus. But I started thinking about it a little bit further about how the more you hang out with a person physically in this world, the closer you feel to that person. A friend, significant other, whatever, parents, whoever. The more you hang out with that person, the closer you're going to feel. And some of the people that I'm closest with in my life, I don't even have to be talking to have a good time to hang out with them.
Yeah.
Like, I just like being around those people, and like people that you find in your life that you just enjoy their presence and being around them. And like, how come I can do it so well and so easily with my friends and my spouse and like family and all of that, but when it comes to Jesus and it comes to the Lord, I have such a hard time like intentionally having that repetition to let it be comfortable just resting and sitting in silence with Him and in His presence. Like, I don't know why that's so hard, but it's just a huge gap that I feel like I'm struggling at resting in that. And like, what does that look like? Why is it so much harder? Like, I just feel like, why do I make it harder than just the simplicity of sitting there and have nothing going on?
Yeah. I definitely get that. Like, I'm definitely bad at rest, not necessarily in a Martha way, though. Like, I feel like I just like, if I do, like, when I do have time to rest, I often will not spend it with the Lord.
Oh, same.
I will very much, like, distract myself and be, like, you know, somewhere else.
Same.
And not even necessarily in an anxious way, but, like, in an avoidant way.
Same.
You know what I mean? And I'm very bad about that. Especially lately. But, yeah.
Yeah, something I've noticed about myself is just, like, with anxieties that have been coming up recently and just struggling with that. Sometimes I can, and I'm really, like, bad at, like, I'll be the first to admit, like, the whole repetition brings intimacy thing. Like, I am no pro at opening my Bible and reading it every day. Like, even though I work from home and I literally have all the time in the world, it's still so hard for me to, like, actively make that a habit every day.
Yeah.
And so, like, what I've caught myself doing is, like what you were saying, in the times that I have the chance to rest and should be resting in Jesus and taking that time just to, like, sit with him. Or sometimes I feel like it can be simple as just turning on a simple worship music and just, like, letting that play. Like, it doesn't have to be total silence. I will have just, like, I veg out and I just numb out to the world on my phone, on what, like, I'll just not even, like, sometimes I have become so bad about, like, I just need to numb out to the world, into anxiety, into whatever it is, like busyness, stressed from whatever. And I go to my phone to do it, and I just, like, lay there and I go numb. Like, I've even recently gotten to a point where, like, TV shows don't even, like, I can't even, like, watching TV isn't, like, it just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
And
I 100% get it.
I get on my phone, and it's been so frustrating because I feel like I can hear God being like, hey, like, I'm going to offer you better rest, more purposeful rest.
Yeah.
Like, all of that. And I feel like it's something that, like, I'm saying all of these things, but I'm so, like, the worst at it still. Like, it's just, I feel like this is what the Lord's been revealing to me recently.
Yeah.
But I'm still not doing it correctly.
I'm a huge hypocrite.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm like, okay, I know this is what God's telling me to do and, like, that I should do. But then when I'm sitting here alone and there's nobody else here to watch me.
Yeah.
And I sit there and my Bible's, like, right there in front of me, I get on my phone.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
One thing, yeah. And again, there's a 180 from the mood that we were having earlier. But I think one thing that I've kind of realized lately, because I've been, like, definitely, like, struggling with that lately, is that, like, it's, like, almost like a fear thing. Like, I don't want to face, because I know that if I quit, like, distracting myself and, like, really actually spend time with the Lord, I'll have to, like, confront my own sin and, like, my own, like issues and stuff like that. And I'm like, but what if I didn't do that?
Yeah. I feel like mine is kind of like that. Like, I know, like, if I really sit there, like, there are things the Lord's going to call me out on. There are things that he should, like, and sometimes I feel like a while ago before when we started the podcast, like, I was just, it's been really hard for me, like, be purposeful to read my Bible. And like I said, I work from home. Like, it should be the easiest time for me to, like, get into my word. I don't have to get up early and go to work. I don't, it should be super easy. But I just distract myself. I do a million other things. And, like, I felt like I came to the Lord. I was coming back to the Lord one day. I was getting in my Bible, praying, all of that. And I came back with anticipation of, like, a punishment. And I was like, God, I've been so bad. I've been so far away. I haven't been reading my Bible. Like, God, I'm so sorry. Point out all the things I've done wrong. Yeah. And instead I felt like God just greeted me with a lot of joy. Like, it's like the whole, like, prodigal son thing. Like, yes, there are things that God's going to iron out in your life. And yes, there are things that God's going to, like, correct us on. He should, and I want him to. Even though sometimes I don't. My heart knows he should. Whether or not I want him to or not is what I meant to say. But I feel like the first thing God's going to do is just celebrate that you're there and that he's with you, Yeah. And it's so hard for me to, like, remind myself of that. And, like, be okay with that. Like, my human side expects a punishment, expects, here's the 50 things you've done wrong, here's the 50 million things you've been doing wrong and that you need to fix before you can come back and sit with me.
Yeah.
And that's just not who our God is. Like, our God, I just imagine, like, he just is, like, sitting there and he's just waiting for us to just sit with him and just hang out.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, we just said, like, his yoke is easy.
Yeah, like,
and his burden is light.
It's not hard to carry. Like, he says, like, I'm gentle and humble in heart. You will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Like, he's not trying to place... We put these heavy burdens on ourselves.
Yeah.
By not going back to him.
Yeah.
And resting in him.
That is in no way from him.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And, like, we've, you know, said similar, if not, like, the exact same thing before, but it's things that we hear all the time, and it's so, how is it so hard to remember?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It always feels like with God, for me, it feels like with the Lord, with my relationship with God, the easy stuff, the day-to-day easy stuff is what's the hardest.
Yes.
But, like, the big stuff is what's really easy. Like, I can believe wholeheartedly God's going to do miracles and God's going to do awesome things and God is a good God and all of that. But then when it comes to, like, my own everyday just easy stuff, it's like, okay, that's the stuff that's really hard for me to, like, get in my head.
I'm there with you.
But oh, God's going to heal this person and bring redemption to this marriage and do whatever. I'm like, of course he is. Like, he's totally going to do that. And I believe he can, and I'm going to put my faith in that. And then when it comes to, like, oh, God, I'm feeling anxious today. I can't go to God with this. He's going to be upset with me. Or he's going to have whatever he's going to have, is where my faith is missing in that.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes so frustrating because it's like, that's so stupid.
Yeah. And for me, it's hard to... I mean, that's why talking about it is so valuable, because putting it into words is so clarifying.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, like, literally it's clarifying. It's like bringing things to light.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Something I used to always do when I would go through, like, seasons of just... Not even seasons, but if I would... Something I was used to be better at. I'm terrible at it now. It's just being aware of the things I think. So, like, anytime I'm, like, talking to somebody who's like, oh, I'm struggling with this anxiety or this whatever, or even when I was struggling with it personally, I had, like, a specific spot where I would write down on sticky notes these dumb thoughts, because it's like what you were saying, it's so helpful and so powerful to, like, go back and look at that. So, like, like, an example could be like, oh, God's gonna be mad at me when I talk to him. In the moment, that feels so real and powerful.
Yeah.
And, like, you have the validation to feel that way. Like, I felt that way, I understand. But then give it 20 minutes, write it down, give it 20 minutes, or even a day, however long it takes. Go back and read it, and you're going to be like...
Yeah, and just putting it into words, especially when we're just putting it into... Because, like, I'll have those, like, thoughts and, like, feelings and stuff, but it won't be in, like, clear word.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense.
It's just a feeling.
Yes, but putting it into words, like... changes the game a lot
because it makes me so aware of, like, how irrational I can be, and how, like, when I hear it or read it out loud, I'm like, I know that's not from the Lord.
Yeah,
I know that's a lie.
Yeah,
like, I know that's not truth. I know that, but in your own head, it's like the silence of it and being trapped in your own head feels so real.
I should have stupid funny thought.
Don't say it.
Earlier we were talking about giving the Heimlich maneuver to a dog, and you were showing how you get food out of Luna's mouth. Open your mouth and shake it, like, shake her mouth. And I'm like, thoughts can't live in your brain, because when they live in your brain, it's like a dog that's eating something stupid.
It's like you have to take your own mouth,
you have
pry it open, and shake it.
You have to let
the Holy Spirit do that.
You gotta allow the Holy Spirit to take your silly little dog mouth and shake it until the stupid thoughts fall out. Because you're a dog, you eat stupid things.
Yeah.
And you gotta be like, this shouldn't be in my mouth. It's stupid.
It's stupid. The only gap I feel like is dogs still want to eat it.
This is not a perfect analogy.
No, it's a great analogy.
You know what? It's the best analogy in the world, and if you criticize it, you're wrong.
And on that note...
Bye.